TrailblazerDX would not be complete without a legit opportunity to sit down with some of our incredible product leaders and get their insights. And that's what we're going to do right now. I am joined by an amazing panel, starting with Alice Steinglass, EVP and GM of Salesforce Platform, John Kucera, SVP of Product Management, and Alex Yee, SVP of Products. Welcome to second day of TDX. We're almost wrapping the day, but welcome to the desk.
Glad to be here.
Thank you, it's been awesome.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
So let's quickly kind of go down the line and talk a little bit about what your product area is to kind of give our amazing admins and developers and architects watching a little bit of an idea of what you cover. Alice, I'll start with you since you've got probably the biggest area.
So my team builds the core platform at Salesforce. Basically, it's the platform that our own clouds are built on, like sales, service, and industries, but it's also what enables our customers to build their own extensions, to make it their own, to make Salesforce work for them. And it enables our ISV ecosystem. So thousands of ISVs in the App Exchange are also built on that same core platform. And Alex is on my team. So Alex, you want to talk about what you do?
Sounds good. Yeah, I run the Lightning platform, primarily focused on developers as well as mobility. And recently I expanded to AI, so lead prompt builder, as well as Copilot for mobile. So this week has been really exciting for all of us.
Yeah, there's those two little things.
Those are two little things, that's all.
We haven't talked about them much,
admin, no big deal, you know.
So super exciting.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you for being here, John.
Super fortunate to partner with Alex's teams on the back end of Prompt Builder, Copilot, amazing, Actions, all that good stuff, Service Einstein, a few more. So super privileged to represent the good work that the teams have been doing, and it's been fantastic to see what so many people here want to build with all this goodness.
Absolutely.
It's the first time people are really getting hands-on with the products that your teams have been working so hard on. That's got to feel pretty good, right?
It does. It feels amazing. Everybody's super excited here, and people are really getting it, so it's exciting times.
We've got over 1,000 people that have gotten hands-on with Prompt Builder, with Copilot, and the workshops. They're taking them home. Like, it's been tremendous. It's been great reception.
Trailhead content that lets people get hands-on.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Well, let's talk a little bit about the keynote yesterday. Now, John, you got up there and you presented some pretty cool stuff. You talked about Einstein 1 Studio, Copilot, Prompt Builder, Copilot Actions. Now, you've been working on Salesforce products for a while. I've been here too. I've been here a while.
You're going to date me. Yeah,
we both started when we were really, really young. But let's talk a little bit about this moment and what makes this moment so unique in our product.
So kind of like the keynote, I think AI is this really unique tech that is just a game changer. All these things, like I used to go to our head of design, I'm like, hey, design lead, I want to be able to just like write words and like have it spit out a flow. Can it do that yet? No, the tech's not there yet. Oh, can I just like talk to my phone and it can do stuff yet? No, the predictive's not. And like, now it can. And it's like, holy crap. Like, not only can you have this assistant that you can like talk to, you just spit out words and it understands your words and it like does things. But now you can do that for developers. You could do that for now prompt engineers. And I think it's just going to be such a game changer for every part of the platform.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's from someone who's been a like low code admin person for a long time trying to build apps. This like opens up a whole new way to think about how you build apps and opens up new ways to build apps in a way that like I think is really generally exciting, and I know there's a buzz in the community looking forward to that too.
You know, it's pretty crazy if you look back at the last 30 years of tech disruptions. Right, you look at recently like the NFT crypto stuff and then the mobile stuff that came before and the dot-com boom in the late 90s. Like, these disruptions really have a way of changing the way we do work or we live our lives, but nothing to the scale between the dawn of the internet and generative AI has come close, and this is really going to change the way we do nearly everything, both work and in our personal lives. But it's really kind of unfamiliar with a lot of people, and so people hear about it, they're curious, but they don't know as much. And so we're trying to bring a very unfamiliar thing that people are really curious about and really integrating it cohesively to something people are really familiar with, which is Salesforce platform. So how do we do that cohesively, taking the unfamiliar, making it familiar, right? Because people are really curious, and that's challenging, but it's also really fun, really rewarding, and the use cases that we're coming up with right now are really going to change the way people really think about just their work and their lives, and that's very unique. It doesn't happen very often. You know, probably once in every 20, 30 years, it's huge. It's big.
Yeah, might be once a year now.
So at the very end there, you were talking about fun. That's the other thing I'm seeing here. People are
Yeah.
having a lot of fun with
they
it,
are.
right? Like you can try it. So I majored in computer science, and I did it because I liked building, right? It's really fun. You can create
Same,
things,
yeah.
you can make things.
Yeah.
And then I got my first job out of college, and I was trying to make an ActiveX control that worked in a website.
ActiveX.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Maybe IE6 compatible, I don't know.
It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
But it was so frustrating. I was spending all of my time not
Yeah.
doing the building, not creating anything, but just dealing with the fact that how does this library work? How does this control?
Got to learn the
API work?
constraints, right?
Yeah, it's like looking up library calls, and that part with AI goes away.
Yeah.
Right? That's the part that
Yeah.
AI can help me with. I was talking to people, one of the things we've added for Einstein for developers is test case generation.
Yeah.
Because it was the number one requested thing. Nobody wants to.
It's like, who loves writing tests? I
Who
do.
wants to? Yeah, exactly. So I do think it lets you focus more on the fun part.
Yeah.
And when I see people out here using Prompt Builder, they're playing with it.
Yes.
They're trying different things. They're sending it to
Let's
the
add
LLM.
some emojis.
Yeah. So I think it's going to make it more fun too.
Yeah, there's a curiosity that's like really intense right now that we
Yeah.
haven't seen in some of the past stuff, and so
Yeah.
that curiosity is leading to people really wanting to spend time with it and learn it.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty magical to see.
Oh, and I love the growth mindset. I've been talking to so many people here, and like it blows me away how people are like, oh, I made my own AI assistant 6 months ago. Let me show you this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I've been doing with Prompt Builder in the last 3 days because
Yeah.
I got access last weekend. And like so many people are kind of afraid and like, where do I start? But like, there's so much energy here, and people
Yeah.
are not afraid to feel dumb.
Right.
They're like, okay, that didn't work. I'm just going to try that. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try that. And you just kind of need to embrace that in this
Yeah.
crazy new world.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's kind of on an even playing field, right? Because it's new to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
don't think there's not that sense of like, oh, I'm so far behind. Let's see what so and so is going to do first, and let me try and figure it out to watch them.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you got to just dig in and start playing, and that's one of the things. Like we were talking to Christoph earlier on the broadcast, and he was like.
Yeah.
Just dig in and start playing. Like this is a moment for play and fun and experimentation. I mean, I think that is a vibe I've definitely got here at TDX,
Yeah.
right? And it's really it's energizing.
Of course, with a dash of productivity.
Yeah.
just a little.
Yeah.
Well, and I also think when you talk about dig in and try it, LLMs are non-deterministic, right? They're going to be different every time. And one of the reasons we built these low-code tools, we built Prompt Builder, we built the Copilot Studio, was because it takes a few tries.
Yeah.
Right? It's not going to work the first time. Nobody has the answer. You want to try it out with your own data from your own company. You want to try your own emails and play with it and try it again and try it again. And so that's it. It's designed for playing. It's designed for testing, trying it out.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, it's ready to play. It's a new playground, basically, to play in.
Yeah.
And now, Alice, you were also in the keynote yesterday. Congratulations, you did a great job. It was your first keynote because you're relatively new here at Salesforce, right?
I did the IT keynote at Dreamforce.
There you
I am
go.
relatively new.
There you
I've
go.
been here.
Because it's been almost a year, right? Wasn't TDX last year your first big Salesforce
That was
event?
my first day on the job with
Oh.
TDX last year. So I've been here
Now
1
you're
year.
a veteran. You're in deep now. But I'd love to hear from you a little bit your perspective of being from like a new perspective in Salesforce.
Yeah.
What are some of the big differentiators, especially that are coming to light in this moment, that makes Salesforce unique from maybe some other technologies out there?
So there's a bunch of them. But I think one of the things that really struck me when I got here is the metadata platform, right? That Salesforce built this metadata platform years ago. Like, was it 20 years ago?
Yeah, 25.
Yeah. Started off that way.
25, yeah,
Yes.
right from the
Yeah.
beginning. And, if you'd asked 10 years ago, why was there a metadata platform? It enabled a bunch of things, right? It enables you to update your software 3 times a year. It enables us to have this ISV ecosystem that can be built in, that I can customize. We talk about customizing the platform. I can build my own custom objects in. They can have metadata that's structured that allow me to make other changes so that I can run apps that I built years ago. When I talk to customers, I was talking to a customer recently, and they're running a bunch of apps that they wrote in 2013,
Yes.
right? And I'm looking at it going, wow, right? In 2013, well, in 2015, we built a bunch of software in Angular, and then in 2018, we had to rewrite it all in React, right? The idea that I had a bunch of apps that I built in 2013 that I'm still running, and not just still running, that I've augmented them with all these additional capabilities like AI, like the data stuff you're seeing, and all of that works together. That's because of this metadata platform. And the metadata platform also allows governance, it allows control, all of these pieces. But it was also so forward-looking because now when we're looking at data and AI, it plays a pivotal role.
Yeah.
Right? You know, when I'm looking at how do I, Copilot, you were showing Copilot actions, right? How do I know what I'm doing and what I'm doing it with? And when you said like, hey, look at my opportunities, what are my opportunities, right? Which of these opportunities is the best opportunity? What does that mean? You know, that is what the metadata allows us to do. It allows us to reason about this data so that we can use it in the AI, so we can leverage it as part of prompts and Copilot. So, you know, as somebody new to the platform, it's just amazing that 25 years ago, we built a platform that was all metadata driven, and now with AI and data, it's so relevant.
I've been here 6 years now, and I still get impressed by the platform repeatedly, because if you think about what the platform supports, 80% of Salesforce is built on the platform, outside of acquisitions, if you think about it. And so all of those capabilities across the entire Customer 360, that's every business function that a company can operate on, all on one platform. I mean, just the breadth of this is intense. And then it creates cohesiveness of all the things that are built on top of it so they feel like one family.
Yeah.
And then what was impressed me lately is that a year ago we were at TDX and we announced, generative AI,
GPT,
right? Einstein GPT, and a year later we're launching brand new products on this thing that are super powerful, super flexible, all within less than a year.
Yeah.
So the adaptability of the platform has just been truly impressive. Even I was impressed even now of how flexible and adaptable the platform is, and I thought it was before that, and I'm just blown away now about what we were able to do with it so fast.
I mean, it really set us up really well for the moment. And
absolutely.
To add on to that, and John, like you identify with the admin audience. We've pulled you into many an admin keynote.
Yes.
Not only is the metadata platform make it easy to extend the technology across, but because the people building on the platform are used to working within that metadata framework, it means they understand also how to use these new tools because they're built on top of that metadata framework.
Right. Yes.
And I mean, that's to me the exciting part, because you don't have to learn a whole brand new skill set in order to get hands-on with these AI tools.
I think that's really key there, right? We're taking a really unfamiliar concept that people are curious about, and we're integrating into things that they know very well: flow, Apex, invocable actions, records, etc., objects, all those things that people are really experts on, and we're going to weave AI in there so it becomes instantly familiar that way, and so the time to value to get up and running, making it valuable, getting results are much quicker than otherwise.
I mean, even the UI of Prompt Builder, of Copilot Builder, it's very similar to the Lightning App Builder, very similar to Flow Builder, and so even...
And it's intentional.
Yeah, I mean, well, John, remember we worked, many years ago on the Lightning transition, and I think now this is kind of the big payoff of that, right? Is because everyone now is its experience and familiarity with the builders, and now, I can build a prompt, I can build a Copilot action, it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it's just English. Yeah. It's so easy, right? You know, it's not even code. You just say, hey, I would like to summarize these records. I would like to write an email to this person recommending one of these products. And you plug in the object, and you say, here are the objects, pick them from a drop-down, and you write it in English.
I see it in the workshops.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about it when they start. When the hour is done, they're writing prompts, and they're just like, whoa, within 1 hour, they know what they need to do. So it's amazing.
And I love that there's one overachiever that was like 8 minutes in, he's like, all right, I'm done. I'll see y'all later.
Is that the record for building a prompt? Or
No speed awards for this.
Right,
That's excellent. Well, Alex, I want to kind of focus in on you for a second, because one of the things kind of in your group that you work out, you mentioned kind of overall experience, right? And a lot of that is getting feedback from our stakeholders who are building the product. Can you talk a little bit about how that feedback directly from our admins or developers really plays into how we develop products and prioritize here at Salesforce?
Yeah, well, I'll describe how roadmap is constructed in general, and you'll notice that it's going to be customer-led almost all the way. And so first, trust is always our number one priority. We live our values, so trust is number one priority. So if it's trust-related, it's big industry mandates or maybe government regulations that come in, or browser companies changing the rules, or customers reporting a very serious issue, that just gets taken off the top, right? That has to come first. So that's customer-driven, industry-driven, compliance-driven, whatever those are. And then there's, customer success is also extremely important, living our values there. I mean, we have SICs, we have, just to pull it back a little bit, true to the core.
Yes.
Our customers are very specific about what they want, as you can tell. So there's no
Alice,
shortage.
you know all about that now. Yeah.
So it's not like general idea. No, they're very specific about what they want, right?
Yeah.
And so we have systems where people vote on those ideas, we review those. We have SICs, we have advisory boards, we meet MVPs all the time. And so we're looking for not just what problems that they're having with our software, but what business problems that they're trying to solve that they can't. And so that informs us quite a bit. And a lot of our roadmap is formed that way. But then if you think about innovations like generative AI as an example, brand new concept, people are like, I wonder what that is. We have to do the research. We have to understand like how it can apply to our customer and so forth. We'll come up with the concepts. We'll come up with the 0 to 1 product. But before we even launch it, we're meeting with customers. We're doing user research. We're getting their feedback. Did we get it right? Did you get it right away? We measure, here, try it. We're going to watch you, see if you struggle or not. And so again, even those innovations that are coming from left field or from the industry and so forth are also customer driven as well. And so I would like to say that most of our roadmap is influenced by our customers. I mean, it sounds like a very obvious answer, but it's absolutely true in almost every step of the way that when we construct these things.
Yeah, well, I think, with someone who's been knee-deep in the community for a long time, it's so valuable that they actually get that feedback directly from the product teams and product leaders saying, like, yes, actually, we do take what you say and we put it into the product. I mean, Alice, you spoke at True to the Core yesterday. You got a real taste of that in real life.
I love it. I love hearing from our customers because, and I talk to them afterward too, right? After the cameras are off, the lights are off, we just spend a ton of time up front just talking to people, hearing about what they need, hearing about what their problems are.
Yeah.
That is why we're here. We're here to solve customer problems. So if they're going to tell us what they are, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Great, tell us what
Yes,
you work on.
exactly.
There is kind,
Yeah.
even if there's some passion behind it at times.
Yeah,
Those are-
passion.
yeah.
There's no lack of passion in our community.
No.
Well, now we have a few minutes left. I'd love to kind of dig in a little bit to how you see AI playing like a strategic role in your product areas going forward, because who knows what's going to happen between now and next TDX, but I guarantee there's going to be a massive amount of innovation. And I'd love to think as product leaders how you're thinking about how that plays into what your teams are planning and where you see the product going. Alice?
I mean, it's across the board. I think it's changing how we build, and it's also changing what we build. We talked a little bit about how we build and, speeding me up on things like test case generation so I can focus on the parts that are fun. We see that across the board. It's for pro code developers, it's for low code developers. You're talking about flow, being able to write flow from natural language or edit it, but it's also changing what we build, right? We're unlocking brand new capabilities, going from hard coding every click to being able to have a conversation, being able to make things that are hyper-personalized and hyper-personalized in real time with dynamically being able to choose actions and take action. I think it's unlocking a lot of possibilities. And we just gave these tools to this team over behind me. Yeah. I am really excited to see what they're building with it. The workshops were fantastic.
Great.
Yeah, but I want to leave time for you two to share as well.
Yeah, well, if we're at a developer conference, TDX, I'll talk about, I'm really excited about what we're going to do for developers. Because we have a lot of tools for end users, we see admin drag and drop tools and so forth, and not a lot of people know that the LLMs can write code. In fact, it can write code really, really well.
Yeah.
And so if you think about an entire developer's workflow, like from concept to idea, can I feed the idea into LLM? Can it give me a shell of an application or a component just to get me started? Because editing something is a lot quicker than starting from scratch. Mm-hmm. And so get started. Maybe we've invoked, we put LWC helpers inside of a development environment. So as you're coding, you're getting these quick hints. And you're just like, yes, I want to use that. Yes, I want to use that. No, try again. Yes, so you're not typing as much. Yeah. So you're really using AI to just augment yourself and supercharging your capabilities so you can get things done faster with higher quality. Yeah. And that's just for the entire SDLC and every step along the way. And so super exciting at where this is going. And it's not just for users. It's not just for admins, for developers. You can write code, right? You can do deep technical stuff as well. And so the possibilities are pretty wide.
I love that. Helping developers focus on the more complex kind of nutty stuff that's harder to figure out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
John, I have about 20 seconds for you. What are you looking forward to strategically with AI in your product area? Everything.
We're going to make the trust layer better. That's one of the biggest fears customers have. We're going to make it so that AI works for all the use cases. Customers are like, this is great, what are the use cases? We've got them for sales, service, marketing, commerce, admins, developers, and more. Make it extensible. This isn't just a platform, it's an ecosystem. And so we're basically going to make sure that we've got a very robust set of capabilities for our clouds, our customers, and our ecosystem.
Thank you. Thank you all so much for joining me at the table. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
Alice, John, I really appreciate it. Thank you for
Great.
all the work your teams do as well. It's very much appreciated by the community of builders. So
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot. All right.